Hello, welcome to the first episode of How to Retire. I am Scott Newhouse, and I am very excited that you are here to go through this series with me. The very first thing that we need to do if you're approaching retirement, you're really close to when you want to retire, or even if you've already started your retirement, we've got to get your financial house organized. We've got to know exactly what you have going on, good and bad, and everything else in between. And so Benjamin Franklin had a great quote where he says, "For every minute spent in organizing, an hour is earned." And that's so true, especially in your financial life as we get close to retirement. It's going to make your life so much easier if you have a really solid grasp of everything going on in your financial life. Because from there, then we're going to be able to plan and fill in the details about what we need to do, where you're looking good, where we might need to tweak the strategies and whatnot. But it all starts with getting everything organized. And so our goal is to create a balance sheet that lists out all of your assets, all of your liabilities, and shows your overall net worth today. And now you might be asking, well, what is entailed with getting everything organized? I've got a good list here for you. The first thing is if you own a home, condo, some kind of residential property, we want just the fair market value of what you think it's worth today. We also want to gather all of your investment accounts. That includes IRAs, workplace retirement plans, HSAs, which is a health savings account, taxable brokerage account that could be held individually or within a trust or jointly, with a spouse or a partner. We want to get all of those combined together. Next, we want to see if you have a pension. Some people do. Some people still do have pensions today. And if you don't, that's okay. Let's see what your Social Security statement says. And it's going to list out, how much you're set to receive at different ages. So we want to get all of that organized as well. All of your bank accounts, checking and savings. We want to see what the total amount of cash is that you have in there. Liability statements, and that's going to include things like if you still have a mortgage, if you have any auto loans, student loans for yourself or your kids, as well as credit cards, and maybe some other types of liabilities that you have as well. We want to get all of that put together. We are also going to need all of your insurance statements, which could be life insurance, disability insurance, health, long-term care, as well as umbrella / liability insurance. After that, if you are still employed and you're working at a company that offers some kind of benefits package, we want to put that together just to see if there's any goodies, anything that you're not taking advantage of, or anything that we do want to take advantage of before you retire. Some people, in my experience, have some nice health insurance discounts after they retire. Maybe there's a discount to work with an estate planning attorney. It just varies by company to company, but we want to review that and see what's going on there. We also want to look at your tax returns over the last 2 years, just so we get a good rough idea of what's going on in your tax situation, and that's going to help us plan for the future. Also, I already mentioned estate planning documents, but if you've got them created, we want to assemble them and we want to look at them and review everything that's going on there. If you do not have those created, I am doing a separate video in this series about things to keep in mind when you create your estate plan. So make sure you watch that video. And that's going to include things like a will, trust, powers of attorney, medical directives, as well as beneficiary designations. And so why do we need all of this, Scott? Well, the only way we can tell if you're on track to reach your retirement goals is by seeing where you're at today, where you're projected to be when you want to retire. And then from there, we can make tweaks and improvements to reach your goals, but we can only do that when we have all of your financial information in one place. Now, you might also be asking, how do I do this? How do I get everything organized so it's easy for me to see what's going on? First, you can do something manually like Excel, and you can put it all into some kind of spreadsheet. I don't like that option, but some people love Excel, they love spreadsheets, and so that's good for you if that's you. Second thing you can do is you can connect your accounts to some kind of financial dashboard, something like Mint.com or Empower.com, which, by the way, used to be Personal Capital. They will try to upsell you on their services, and those services change regularly, but there's going to be some kind of upsell. They're going to ask for some kind of contact information. So, if you want to do that, that's fine. I think they are really good services, but just beware that, you may get called or emailed if you sign up there. But it is free, at least as I record this. And then also, if you ever hire a financial advisor, they're going to have some kind of financial dashboard that you can use with them. I personally prefer the financial dashboard because it's going to be able to connect everything automatically, and it's going to be a lot easier to navigate in my mind than Excel. But some people are going to disagree with me on that, and they're going to want it all in a spreadsheet. And so that's fine if that describes you. So recap for this quick video. The first thing that we need to do to retire comfortably is get everything financially organized. You cannot skip this step. It's the basis of everything else that we're going to do in the future. The second thing you need to do is create some kind of financial dashboard, either manually or automatically, that shows your overall net worth as well as all of your assets and liabilities. And then also, I didn't mention this before, but you've got to make sure that your spouse or partner, if you're married, has access to the dashboard. I work with a lot of couples, and typically one spouse is more involved and more detail oriented and is more, I don't want to say on top of it, but they're much more interested than the other spouse, and that's totally fine. But we just want the spouse who is less interested in these types of topics to at least have access and to know what's going on with everything, even if they're not a numbers person and they don't want to spend all their day looking at spreadsheets and financial stuff. So that's all we've got for this very first video. I look forward to seeing you in the second one.